Okay, yesterday, does anybody remember what we talked about? Yesterday. What were we talking about here yesterday at ILD?
Very important
For reading how? Reading
aloud.
aloud. Reading aloud. How many people read aloud yesterday? Did anybody read aloud to your children? Great. Great. Okay. Susanna, what did you read?
Barney.
You read Barney, a book about Barney? So,
And when did you read it? Yesterday? But was it before going to bed? In the afternoon?
so when you read at night? At night? Okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your daughter liked it more? Good.
So, who did you read to? Who? Who did you read to? Who did you read Barney to? Who?
My daughter and my son.
Your daughter and your son? Okay. Okay, so Susanna read Barney after supper at nighttime to her children. Anybody else? Who else read aloud yesterday? What did you read?
Cat in the Hat.
My favorite book. I love it. I love it. Does anybody else know Cat in the Hat? Does anyone know that book, Cat in the Hat? It's such a great book. So you read Cat in the Hat, and when did you read it?
Afternoon.
In the afternoon. And who did you read to?
My son.
Did he like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's a really good book for English because it's got rhymes. Cat in the Hat, and all the words rhyme, and it's a really good way to hear words in English that sound alike. Fun book. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about reading to our children again, but we're going to talk about different ages of our children and how reading aloud at different ages is really important. Araceli is reading to a 2-year-old, but she's learning how to read. We can read to our babies, and even when our children get older and they say, I don't want to read, there are ways you can help them become excited about books and read with them. So we'll talk about that in our different groups, okay? So this group today, this group is going to be talking and reading about babies and toddlers. And there's lots of books on the table that we'll be talking about, but also you can read to each other
Yeah, you should definitely
and
today
practice.
reading to each other.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we're going to, in groups, we're going to make posters about the importance of reading and how you should read to kids at different ages, okay? And then we're going to present them. So, and I want you to think of your own ideas. Why do you read to your kid? How? How do you read
Right.
to your kid?
It may not be on that paper, the thing that you think is the most important. So this table, babies and toddlers, this table will be talking about little bit older children, pre-K and kindergarten children who are just starting to recognize maybe ABCs and maybe just starting to learn a little bit about words. So this is sort of the next stage of reading. We'll be at this table. At this table, the kids are reading, but maybe they're having some problems, but they still like you to read with them. So this group is for children who are in school. And sometimes parents say, my child is learning to read at school. Why do I need to do it at home? Why do I need to read at home? I think that's the job of the teacher. Do you agree or no? Do you agree with that or do you disagree?
What do you think?
What do you think? Is it the job of the teacher to teach your child how to read, or what is important for you to do? Is it still important for you to help your child with reading?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing today, the things you can do at home. So this table, school children, and this table is going to be talking about reading with older children, like Vilma, like your son, who's how old? He's In 10th, is he in 10th grade?
Yeah,
Yeah, so we think maybe when they're this age, it's too late. They don't want to read with us. So we'll talk about some things that we can do with them, some with books and some maybe with newspapers or magazines or other materials that we can use with older kids, okay? So before we get started, I just want to go over a few words that you might find in the articles that you're reading. Can you see all the way over here?
Yes.
We had this one yesterday. Can anybody read it or say it?
Let's say it together. Let's
Encourage.
Encourage. Encourage.
Encourage.
Do you remember how Ani encouraged me yesterday? She was encouraging me. I didn't want to read a book. I don't want to read this.
And you should read it. You can do it. Why not?
Okay?
Come on,
Encouraging.
it's a very good book. You'll like it. You feel great.
She's very good. She encouraged me to read.
So, by encouraging someone or to encourage somebody means to make someone feel more confident.
Confident.
You give them confidence. So, if your child says, "I don't want to read. I don't
I
understand,"
don't like it.
you know, you encourage them. You
Mhm.
give them confidence, and then they'll want to read more.
Okay. The next word we have is routine. Routine. I'll use it for you and see if you can tell me what it means. It's important that reading happens every day, that you make it a part of your routine.
What do you think it means?
What is that? Habit.
Yes, exactly.
Habit.
I say that's such a good
Perfect.
word. It becomes a habit.
Yeah. I'm going to write it up
Yes.
here because it's good.
Yeah.
It's
Every morning you wake up, what do? You brush your teeth, you get dressed, you tie your shoes, you put on shoes. Those things become a habit. Exactly. If you make reading become a routine, it becomes a habit. It's very, very
Constant.
yes, every day. I loved yesterday, Anna Maria had a story about her family. And do you want to tell it? You tell us.
I remember my father every day after eating read the newspaper and read books. This all time.
Every day. So it was a routine in Anna Maria's family to read. Okay. And then the last word I think we had yesterday, the last one, confident. What does it mean to feel confident? Anybody
Feels
feel
confident.
confident today?
What?
To be sure to
Yes.
Yes. Can you say that again so everybody can hear you because it's perfect?
to be sure what you are doing.
Did you hear?
Be sure
Yep.
what you are doing.
To be sure what you're
That
doing.
you know you're doing the right thing.
I can do this.
Yeah, I can do this. How many people are confident cooks? Who's confident
Oh.
about cooking?
After the party we had last
Yeah,
semester?
all that
Come
good.
on,
Who is
how many hands?
confident in the kitchen? Yeah, yeah. And most of you are really confident parents. You know that you're doing the right thing with your children. You're confident. Okay, great. So when you might find those words in your tips on the table. And then, before we leave today, we want to start making posters.
Because each one of you has a different group.
Yeah.
So you are going to have to teach the rest of the class what you learned about your age group. Okay? And we're going to make posters.
And then tomorrow, we'll work in a different group so you can see different books. And then at the end of class tomorrow, we'll look at the big poster with everybody's tips.